Hello, Fringers. The following podcast may not be suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised. Look alive, sunshine. It's 2099, under a gold and crimson sky. A group of punks run the streets, just trying to stay alive. Boardwalks to boardrooms, back alleys, and big bars. Trust your instincts. No one's who they say they are. Information's easy come and easy go. You best stay on your toes. Big Brother is watching. It's time to put on a show. Hello everyone and welcome back to Angel City Stories. My name is Sean, aka Mallow. I will be your GM and the co-creator of Identico. And joining me in the studio today is...
Wildling, hello.
And you are playing...
EvE, the gutter punk.
I love that your name for the gutter punk is not Wildling, and yet your online name that you stream under all the time is Wildling.
Well, you know, I feel like it's important to explore all parts of my personality. So I get to live the Wildling online. Yep. And then, you know, play EvE, the gutter punk.
Nice. Describe EvE a little bit for me.
Well, as we were talking about earlier, I know you don't know about this, you know, listeners, but EvE is a boss-ass babe. She's tall, she's muscular. You want her to save you from all of the bad things, but she's also so aggressively friendly and cute that you don't think that about her when you see her.
So are we talking like straight up like guns flexing type thing?
Yeah, she can crush your head between her thighs.
Oh my god, is this like a Zarya meets like...
Zarya meets Diva, but not the Rule 34 kind of type.
Well, yeah, okay. Yeah, the internet has done that already, but yeah, I like that.
The cute winky face.
But then also the guns straight. Oh, I love that. Okay. What does she look like too?
Well, she's tall and muscular. She has a bit of olive skin tone. I am still trying to figure out whether she has those green eyes that flash.
Oh, okay.
You know,
all right.
Or if she has those deep, dark brown pools. You know,
so you're going between like a Hall & Oates and Slipknot kind of thing.
Yeah, one of those women where you know you should probably tread lightly, or one of those women where you're like, oh shit, I've messed up.
It depends on what time of the night you catch her, right? Like if you're pre-bar, versus post-bar, right?
Yeah, or pre-fight and post-fight, or even pre-coffee in the morning and post-coffee in the morning. I mean, come on.
Does she like to brawl a lot? Like, does she like to do the fighting and stuff like that?
I think that she more likes to join in the shenanigans.
Gotcha.
So if her people are fighting, she will definitely be there. She's gonna be like, I'm down for this fight, let's go. Like, here's my spiked baseball bat with a teddy bear on it, and here's my gun, let's do this.
Is she the instigator? Does she talk a bunch of shit behind?
No, she has actually walked up and asked for a glass of water and given tamales to people instead. Like, she is not she's not like a fuck you, I'm gonna fuck you up. It's more of a hi, how are you doing? Are you a good person? Oh, you're not? Okay, let's brawl.
Okay, so it sounds like there's a little bit of
awkwardness
with EvE.
Absolutely.
In some ways. Yeah.
I have to project my own awkwardness into this character. Why not? Gotta live it up somehow.
We were sharing some stories during Joe's character one about EvE's ability to drive.
Yes, her ability. That's very positive. EvE and Muffins. Anytime Joe's character is anywhere near EvE in a car, I somehow automatically critically fail completely. And I don't know if it's, you know, just destiny to have EvE be such a bad driver, or if it's my dice. Maybe I forsook my dice and I just need to get new dice, or, you know, maybe I'm just really bad at rolling dice. Who knows? But honestly, the driving segments are literally like the biggest train wreck you could have ever imagined. And it's awesome because we all know it's going to happen.
Yeah, yeah.
And we all know that we should not have Joe's character in the car with me, but somehow he always ends up in the same vehicle. No matter what we try to do. So
yeah, I'm fairly certain we have a little bit of that in the first 3 episodes of this podcast too. Yeah.
A little bit is stretching it, yeah. maybe an understatement there.
Yeah. Okay, so I have a few questions that I ask everybody about their characters as we kind of go through. And by this point in the show, you have joined up with this team, and you guys have run a job to Danaska. What is like your motivation for sort of sticking with this group?
Well,
there's a bunch of like weirdos that you've joined up with.
So Eve is on a personal mission for one, and she likes the mobility. And this group really does manage to bring that mobility. I don't know if we've stayed in one spot for very long, but at all, honestly, which is totally good because that's what Eve needs. Okay. But also, I'm pretty sure that she's just along for the ride. I know that Bunny Boy offers a lot of like I'm not sure if it's entertainment or if it's more like, what the fuck, Bunny Boy? But he does offer a lot of it. And then, of course, you do have muffins. And
right.
I don't know about you, but I do like having a giant, robot around. Rovs are awesome. So the fact that we have muffins is cool. Like,
okay. All right.
So
you say, we'll get to kind of her like whole main sort of like agenda, right? We have an agenda that you can do in Identico. But like, who is she wronged along the way? Is there somebody out to get her?
Not in her mind.
Okay. All right.
Honestly, as I mentioned before, she is aggressively friendly. So she just thinks that we're good. Everything's fine. We've ended this in a good place and everything's been positive so far in my mind. So I don't see why you would be angry with me. Not to mention I might have blown up and or stolen something from you because I am a kleptomaniac. But
I believe that whole like that line that you just said. You're like, I don't know why you would be mad at me. Like when your voice like goes that octave up, but somewhere in the background there's an explosion happening.
Yeah, basically like why are you looking at me? I didn't do anything. Yes. And then of course, if there was an explosion, she'd probably be like, what sounds really good right now? A drink. Do you want to buy me a drink? Because that's just how Eve operates. She does have a heart for others. Yeah. However, she also does not actually come to grips with the reality of her consequences ever. Right.
Okay.
So she just kind of does things.
Okay. All right. We have a few people that are kind of like that.
I think that's why we're all together, honestly.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. What would Eve like kill to know? Like if she had to kill somebody in the party, what would she do? Like if she had to sell somebody out, what would she do?
Ooh, well, if it suited her agenda, as we've previously mentioned, I'm pretty sure she would have no qualms in selling out part of the party. Okay. However, all right, she would feel really guilty afterwards and probably try to make it up. I'm not sure how. Yeah. And I can't tell you if it would be effective, but I do know that she would probably be like, "Oh shit, I just fucked up majorly. I need to fix this." And it would probably be in like the form of a really fucked up gingerbread house or something, like, like I'm sorry I blew up your house. Here, I made you a new one, and it's like smashed together with frosting and
some fondant.
Yes. Spray painted a little bit, has glitter on it. We don't know if it's edible glitter, but it's there. Right,
but it's there. It's the thought that counts. Yeah.
She's thinking about you, and she really cares about why she fucked up, like what she did. But ultimately, like if it serves the purpose that she set out from her home from, then she will do it. Yeah, and then she'll try and fix it later.
Well, let's get into that then. What is her purpose for leaving home and kind of going out into the world?
So during the time that Identico takes place,
Yep.
you know, after all of the war and the bullshit and the nuclear parts, EvE is coming from a still very radical environmentalism background.
Yep.
You know, where they're trying to figure out how to fix the soil after they've seriously messed it up and trying to like make it so that you don't have to rely on and you can live off the grid.
Yeah.
You know, and that's super illegal.
Yeah, for the most part.
Yeah, it's not going to do very well.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of waste like communities that live off the grid, but they're very insular and they're very self-contained. Like, there's no major kind of like
right
farming institutes or anything like that.
Right, and they probably don't share their secrets right with each other.
It can be tough. Yeah, it's very much like the "I got mine, you better go get yours" kind of mentality.
Survival of the fittest.
Yep.
So EvE is setting out basically to kind of unite and or bring information out to a lot of these places, and she's trying to collect information for it. But she's so damn like peppy and like, I know you're gonna get this for me kind of way that you wouldn't actually think that she has this background for it.
Right.
So, and she doesn't signify, you know, like, hey, I'm totally a hippie, yeah, or anything like that. It's just that is how she was raised. She wants to, honest to God, try to fix the environment. Yeah, you know, and she knows that working with these people will get her from point A to point B all the way to Z, and she'll be able to spread that information.
Does she want to try to fix the scar?
That will be thought about.
Okay. All right.
Possibly.
Okay.
It depends on who she meets, honestly, and who she can make friends with, of course.
Yeah.
Like, if it, especially in this world, like, influence
is big.
Is huge. Yep. So if she can get in with somebody who is influential, then she's going to have that possibility of fixing the scar. Yeah. But if that's not the possibility, then she'll probably try and figure out something else, and who knows what happens, you know?
All right. What else should listeners know about EvE before we get to our full first on live stream?
I promise you, she knows what she's doing, even though it really sounds like she doesn't. I know, that sounds bad. She has a shitty sense of humor. Yeah. She always wants a drink.
Fair enough.
She loves her people. I don't know. She likes to stir the pot also.
Yeah, which is you do. You do.
You know, EvE has walked up to somebody who's supposed to be a hitman during a session and asked whether or not his daughter was in the pit at a concert. So, like, she has no qualms at, like, being very hands-on. Yeah. And she may seem like she's off the cuff, but she's got it. She is a boss-ass babe, after all.
I remember distinctly one of the episodes that we did that isn't made it to the podcast or anything like that, but we did some warm-up episodes pre-coronavirus and all like that. I believe that your entire line to get past the security guard was to walk up and be like, "Hi, would you like a burrito?"
So, yes. I generally, and this is, you know, been tested. Totally. I generally gravitate towards characters who are able to, you know, be like, seduce everybody and do all of that. You know, the bard. I'm the typical bard of the party most of the time. Okay. All right. Taking it the way that I did with EvE and being able to, you know, just be like, hey, so there's a tamale truck over there. I'm going to buy you tamales for helping me out and giving me this information. I will call on you afterwards just in case, but I'll have more things for you. Right. You know, like, I'm going to do these nice things for you. I'm not just going to be like, hey, look at my ass. Come and give me the things. You know?
It's, hey, come look at my ass. Also, here's a tamale.
Yeah. This is what you'll be eating.
This podcast is rated M for mature.
Sorry, guys. I've dropped a lot of F-bombs and there's some innuendos in there, too.
It's okay. We put the mature warning up at the beginning of this, and we mark it as explicit on purpose.
I just feel bad for all of the people who come from my stream.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's going to be an interesting one for them. They're going to learn a lot about you.
That's going to be a really steep learning curve.
That's okay. That's okay. You have to break it to them in some way. And in this way, it's like you're playing it out for them, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good way to put it, actually.
Yeah. It's okay. All right. Well, any last thoughts before we jump off?
I don't think so.
Good.
I thought hard. I thought long. And I'm still here. Thank you for listening, you guys.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you, Mallow.
Thank you.
I'm excited for these sessions.
I am excited as well. This is going to be
chaos.
This is going to be pure chaos in a podcast, and I can't wait.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited.
You guys have been listening to Angel City Stories with me and Wildling. If you want to learn more about the show, go to www.playidentico.com or search for us on the web, IDENTECO. You can find us just about anywhere, as well as merch, the core rule book, all of our stuff on Drive-Thru RPG. As well as our YouTube channel, which will have all of this stuff on there, plus some how to play pieces and things like that coming up here in the near future. So come support us, rate us and review us on Apple, Spotify, Google, you name it. That way other fringers can help find this crazy content that we have started to make.
Bring them in.
Bring them in. Let's make a movement. But we will be with you again next week. Join us every week on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific. That will be the Twitch live stream. If you can't catch it then, we will obviously have it in podcast form the following Tuesday. And then we'll see you then. So thank you for all for listening. Mwah.
Mwah.
We love you. Bye-bye.